Hello. Happy Monday. Happy last Monday of June. Happy last Monday of quarter two, the second quarter. We have 2.5-ish days before July is here, before the third quarter. I have not fully decided what exactly I'm going to be doing for camp because I have this feeling that I'm going to be attempting to just kind of continue to edit Project Gray, the YA fantasy, and draft the rest of the Chimera Moon book 1, and kind of also flesh out the outline for book 2 and 3. So I don't have a solid plan for July. I'm just kind of gonna probably make a plan on July 1st, if I'm being honest. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling at the moment. So I will be pantsing my way through my plans for next month, is kind of how that is feeling. I mean, I have an outline for both Project Gray and for the Chimera Moon stuff, but I have not decided in my brain which one is going to be the major focus, because I would like to focus on both of them. So, yes. But again, this is not really new for me. Deciding last minute, putting off decisions, dawdling to the last minute is not new. So there's no surprise there. I did go ahead and pull the cards for today, and so we have, for the spirit animal, we have the koala, and the spirit has a plan. So it calls for faith and persistence, and just believing that everything is going to be okay. So don't panic over camp, because there's no reason to panic. That's kind of what it's telling me. And then to go along with that, we got the 10 of Wands in the inverse position. So it normally looks like these. And it's in the inverse position, which is a call for perseverance in order to gain success. So then we have the 9 of Pentacles, which suggests very satisfaction and sort of close to completion for material aspects, success, essentially. Material well-being, riches, inheritance, pleasure, safety, success, accomplishment. But it could also mean solitude and peace. So all good things. So if we persevere, good things will happen. And then we have the Hanged Man. So looking at things in a different perspective. And sometimes it also calls for some sort of self-sacrifice. So if you need to persevere in your plans, say for Camp NaNo, you may have to forego some other things, that's a choice of priorities. So, but you may be called on to make those decisions as to what you are going to sacrifice in order for your new perspective, for your perseverance, and all of that stuff. So those are the cards for today. Make of them what you will. And Berez is here. Hello, you are first today. Excellent. You are going to be doing Camp NaNo as well, and you got to say you have 15 outlines. Nothing could go wrong except for making the choice of which of those 15 you want to work on. Yes. So you already started to write a page of the book and it was trashy. Well, I mean, sometimes trashy is entertaining. So, in fact, a lot of times trashy is entertaining. So go for it. Lizzie, hello from your new laptop. Thanks to Grandma. Thanks to Glizzy's Grandma. Lizzie says the keyboard is stiffer on this and OneDrive acts up on here, but it works great. you can strengthen your little finger muscles then by using the stiffer keyboard. In fact, the keyboard I have currently on this laptop is one of those like easy touch things. And so I find that I make more typos because of that. So, hey, but that's probably because I'm used to like pounding on an actual keyboard, at least when I was growing up. So Lizzie says, today is the day that I started draft 2 of the Pen Pal romance. You pitched it to your parents last night when you melted down about OneDrive, and they think it's a sweet story. I love that. Not that you had a meltdown, but I love that your parents love your story. Lizzie says, this stream I'd be writing down the major changes you want for the book. Plan for the books in the other 3 couples in the series. Nice. Sounds like a good plan. And Laura is here on lunch break. Yay! And you made a ton of cheddar broccoli soup yesterday. Cheddar broccoli soup is good. I need to find a source of like sourdough bread bowls before the fall, because I would like to have a regular soup bread bowl thing without having to go to a restaurant to do it. That's one of the things I miss about fall from like this past year that I did not get, is I did not get any sourdough bread bowls, and I would like some. So I would either need to find a source of the sourdough bread like balls already made, or I'm gonna have to start some sourdough. One of the two is gonna have to happen. Megan, hello! Today you're going to be working on your outline, even though all you want to do is procrastinate. Same. But we will get to work. That's what the sprints are for. And Lizzie says, and of course I accidentally saved the document to OneDrive. Oh no! Yeah, you need to make sure you hit save as whenever you create a new document that you're working on. Hit the save as and save it onto your actual computer. And not the OneDrive. So, Perez says, I procrastinate so much, I don't think my position as being a hobby writer is even in existence anymore. Of course it is. It can absolutely be one. And Lizzie says, Megan, you are not alone in your desire to procrastinate. And of course, you can't tag people on this laptop without writing out their full name. Really? You should be able to. If you're in YouTube, you should be able to do that. Interesting. Yeah, can you? I wonder if is your browser up to date? Like, have you updated your browser? Because it might be something to do with that. I don't know for sure, but yeah. Yeah, y'all might want to check your browsers because it might be a function of that. Because I think that's standard now on YouTube. Callie, hello, welcome. Red says hi, and Callie says, I really needed this live today. Oh, good. I'm glad we can help. Lizzie's now has an HP laptop. Your other one was a Lenovo. This one and the one I had prior are Lenovo's, and I thoroughly enjoy them. So, Brez has an HP. It takes ages to get to the home page. Gotcha. Lizzie says, I'll use my old your old laptop for streams when you're not writing. Today, you're just testing this out since you're writing. Fair enough. Kelly says, I only use my phone to watch lives because you hate flicking between screens. Oh, there you go. That's an option. And Lizzie's cat wants to eat her foot. Or clot. One or the other. Writer on Wheels is here. Hello. Lizzie says, I feel like a grandma wondering how tech works. Yes, this is technology moves at such a fast pace that we all feel like that. Like, and if somebody tells you they don't, they either work in technology or they're lying. Perez says, strange, I cut my heel this morning. Coincidence. Maggie says, hello. Welcome. Hello. And Miriam is here. Hello. Yay. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. There is a lot of chat today. So Diana says hello. Rider on Wheels says, where the heck did 2021 go? Yeah. Ditto. This is my answer as well. Apparently for camp, you'll be slicing your heel in random accidents. Maybe. It's always the right heel, too. The same place where your sister's stroller attacked me a decade ago. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yes, they are all beautiful cards, but I can't tell y'all enough like how much I love this deck. I'm sure that y'all know by now, but I love both of these decks so much. They're just beautiful and wonderful, and they really resonate with me most times. So Maggie says, my laptop had to be sent out for repair. You're on your old laptop, the one with the keyboard issues. Oh no. So you will be doing camp with pen and paper. In that case, your word count goal might be a little lower. And you're going to have to make sure you do hand stretches quite often, I think. Mallory says, hello, you made it in time. Excellent. Excellent. We're glad to have you. Heather is here. Hello. Miriam says, oh, I needed that assurance. Thank you, oh wise koala and wands. Exactly. Exactly. Brez says hi to everybody joining in now. And Brez says, came here about 20 minutes ago. Yeah. Early bird. It's fine. Kelly says, hello and happy sprinting. Yay. Heather finally finished icing your chiropractic adjustments not too long ago. After Wednesday, only 3 more weeks of this portion of your therapy. I hope it gets better. Kelly says, this sprint, you'll be mapping out a particular scene needed for your outline. Nice. Focusing in. Maggie says, try a bakery. Sourdough started is hard for you to keep alive because it doesn't demand to be fed like all your others. I'm trying to run, like, I don't know that, surely there is a bakery around Athens. Surely. Like, it's a college town. That should be a thing, right? If not, would like Publix or Walmart have? I don't know. I'll have to check. But thank you. I will have to see and Google around to see if I can find a bakery, a proper bakery. Charlie, hello. How are you? Maggie can't tag people either. Interesting. I wonder, like, I know I can't in StreamYard, but I can in the YouTube chat. So I wonder what that is. Maggie says, hello. Heather says, I have a hard time tagging people as well sometimes. Interesting. I wonder what the issue is. I wonder why it's different for some of us. Courtney says, hello, welcome. Some devices allow you to, others don't. Maggie says, I might go to Lenovo. This is the second HP in a row that has had issues before it was a year old. Yeah, and I always found that HP was a little bit too proprietary for my tastes. So I like buying generic stuff to plug in because it's cheaper. So whatever I buy needs to be able to be compatible with generics. That's kind of like one of the reasons why I don't have a Mac. Maggie says, my new laptop allows me to tag, but this old one doesn't. Never figured out why. Your old one had cursor problems with no causes or solutions in Word and a certain around a certain word count. Ooh, it's weird. Lizzie says, I need to get a job soon and save up for the Big Mac. And your family Big Macs. Yes. Charlie says, hey to Heather. Oh, yeah, you need to change the time because it is no longer 6:12 in the morning. And Alley Cat is here. Hello. Yeah, I use Chrome as well. So I don't know if it's the browser whether it needs to be updated, whether or not there's some sort of driver that needs to be updated or not. So, oh, good. Charlie says, I'm so tired. This weekend was a lot for you emotionally with the Pride and Prejudice anthology. Yeah, and the Pride karaoke on Sunday. And you are reading the fantasy fiction formula today. Very good. Hopefully it's entertaining as well as informative. And, okay, good. Hubby bought you these two because wanted you to have good computers for your writing. Very true. Very true. All right, y'all. We have been chatting for about 16 minutes, and we need a sprint. We need a sprint. I think I'll do a 15 just because I'm not sure how my brain is going to do. So I need an actual warm up. I'm going to be using Laura Nettles' Ocean Timer. It does have ambient noises, so it will sound like waves. If that bothers you, please do feel free to mute me. It's fine. And then we will move from this warm-up sprint into 25s. All right. So don't forget to save your document if you have already been working this morning. If you have not been working, go ahead and pull it up. Make sure that you have something to hydrate with. I have water off to the side. 3, make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. Release some of that tension. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders. And we can now get started with a 15-minute warm-up sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Alrighty. How was that? Did you feel like you were warmed up and like you got a bit of focus started? I hope so. I got a little bit of things written down in my bullet journal for this week. And started editing. So apparently it's an editing day for at least as long as I can focus on editing, and then I will switch to I'll switch to Chimera Moon is the goal. So, all right, how'd you do? I don't have like a word count or a page count because I forgot to look. I just was like, all right, this is where I stop. Let's keep going. I need to pay more attention to that. That way I can see some progress. But yeah. All right, so we had some hellos, and Melissa made it just in time for that first sprint. Hooray. And Maggie was observing, everybody is complaining about the Northwest heat wave. Meanwhile, people in Colorado, let them keep the heat. We're having the mildest summer in a decade. It's awesome. Yeah. Elizabeth is here. Hello, you've written some today, but a muscle in your back has been getting more and more inflamed throughout the day, so you think you have to rest. And you'll be watching Friends in sprints. So hopefully that your rest will be easy and the muscle in your back will sort of ease up and not be so inflamed and painful. So, Melissa was saying, I'm sorry to hear that, Elizabeth. Take care of yourself. Feel better soon. Lizzie could manage to tag Elizabeth, but not Maggie or Megan. Lizzie says, I don't think it's a smart idea to work on my couch. Sometimes it's not the best idea to work where you normally lounge, shall we say. Elizabeth says, thanks. Maybe it's because you're sort of name twins. Yes. And Maggie wants to know how Elizabeth's doing other than the back muscle thing. Lizzie says, I swear I need to keep going upstairs because you keep forgetting stuff. That happens. Devin says, howdy. Lizzie says, Devin. Devin says, Dr. Lizzie. Elizabeth says, besides the back muscle thing, I have finally realized that I'm on summer break. Yay! Yeah, that usually takes a little while to shift into summer break mode. And you can do whatever you want, which mostly results in reading, writing, and walking in the sun. Isn't that the truth? Because when you're teaching, like, you go in, and this is probably true for most jobs, most normal length day jobs, is that you go in and the sun is just starting to come up, and then by the time that you get out, the sun is already going down or long down, depending on where in the world you live in. So Elizabeth wants to know how Maggie is doing. Megan worked on the outline a bit and deleted 2 unnecessary programs from your computer. Hooray for cleaning the computer. Lizzie says, I made a header for Band Fixies page and added a sentence to overall fixes in the writer's journal. Yay. Miriam says, that was excellent. Yay. Kelly got most of chapter 2 outlined. Hey, y'all are making great progress. Mallory says 535 and almost down to the last 4 chapters on this first draft. So exciting. Callie says, I just need to close the chapter. Nice. Courtney is also outlining. You're trying to get it done today, but we'll see how well that works. Gotcha. Lizzie says, I have a Papermate Inkjoy gel pens coming today, and you don't feel like journaling anything until they come in the mail. Yes, colorful new pens do make you feel amazing. So, Diana says, I had lunch, and you're ready to write in the next sprint. Hooray! Rider on Wheels says, I got some good outlining done towards the end. However, one of your D&D groups got to talking about schedules since your normal session is on July 4th. Yeah. And I'm not sure. I suspect that we'll be having a cookout sometime this weekend with the family, but I'm not sure if it's going to be the 3rd or the 4th. So I went ahead and I scheduled Sunday's stream for normal. But if that has to change, I will let y'all know. Charlie says, I started reading the chapter on character design. This is the clearest explanation of all these concepts I have ever read. Oh, nice. You now know what you have done well and what you need to work on. That's great. I love it when that happens. Alley Cat says, writing on my phone, and I wrote 218 words. You're writing a story for your mom about our dog and the adventures he'll go on and such. Ooh, fun. Are you aiming to maybe turn it into a children's book at some point? Because you could totally do that. Mallory says, oh, Elizabeth, thanks for being such a great cheerleader. Yes. Thing is, you do school on your couch. Gotcha. Okay, so it's like your workspace. In that case, that could be fine. Heather says, I edited a chapter that needed it. You hope to finish it so you can send some chapters to people for opinions. Nice. Maggie says to Elizabeth, I have to send my newer laptop in for repairs and your old one is giving you fits. You'll be doing camp on paper. Charlie is reading a fantasy craft book. What is the name of it? What is the name of it? I can't remember off the top of my head. So Charlie, if you feel like popping it back into the chat, please let us know. Yes, absolutely. Oh, here, Charlie already got it. The fantasy fiction formula. You're not that far into it, but so far you're loving it. Yes. Lizzie says, so I figured the tag thing out. You can only tag people who are not mods. Really? Interesting. Maggie says, I wrote your Delphi arguing with her protectors about letting her jump out of a plane with a gargoyle instead of a parachute. I'm sorry. You just come up with the like strangest but really intriguing ideas, and I love it. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Progress is progress, and page after handwritten page is really satisfying to look at. This is true. Unless your handwriting looks like mine. Yeah, July 4th is Sunday, this coming Sunday. So, and also on a side note, you just got a bookcase and your cat has decided the bottom shelf is her new bed. Not sure what they meant when they said multi-use in the description, but you'll take it. Yeah. Currently the only person with the stream scheduled for July 4th. I'm sure there will probably be a pop-up or two. But yeah, so. Rider on Wheels, my brother and sister-in-law are coming, and I'm so excited, and they're a great time. Yes. Yep. Alley Cat hadn't thought about it. Maybe it can be a children's book or even middle grade book or both. Who knows? Exactly. Just wish they would bring their cats. Yeah, a good pet to scratch is and just play with is always good. So Lizzie says, I do have a goal of doing a NaNoWriMo November on paper. I know someone who won that way last year. It's very exciting to look at like a solid draft in paper. Yeah, there's something about that that's just special. Christina is here. Hello. And Lizzie says, wait, I can now suddenly tag everyone. I'm so confused. Elizabeth says, haha, Mallory, when you have a cat, you just have to take into account that some of it will belong to some of the things just will belong to the cat. Yes, that is true. All right, let's do another sprint. And my second sprint is always the self-promo sprint. So make sure that if you have something you would like to promote, be it your social media, your website, your YouTube channel, your Amazon author page, anything that you are proud of. Do let us know about it in the chat. And also, Charlie or Megan, if you wouldn't mind popping in the playlist for the Pride and Prejudice anthology, since I'm pretty sure y'all probably have that saved somewhere a lot closer than where I could find it. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to hydrate. Make sure that you straighten your spine for a posture check, and make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders, and we can now get started with a 25-minute self-promo sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! righty. That was the second sprint. And how we doing? That was the self-promo sprint. So if you have something to promote, please do so in the chat so that I can read it off. All right, let's scroll back up and see where the start of the self-promo is. Perez says, I have done 6 chapters of my 1 million word book. Very nice. Very, very nice. Maggie says, I have a fluffy lap blanket that I keep on the bottom shelf of my bookcase for the feline overlords and the Chihuahua pack. Probably a good idea. Callie says, my Instagram is the Catastrophe Hour if anyone wants it. And Perez says, yes, okay. So I have edited 6 chapters of the 1 million word book. Stress is an easy description for how it's going to make out in the final edit. Yeah. And Megan has kindly provided us with the link to the Pride and Prejudice audio anthology. There you go. And I put in the link for my 3-card tarot journal on Amazon. And also later in the chat, put in the link to my blog, which is in dire need of an update because I haven't done it in a while. And Lizzie says, I'll be promoting the cuts on my heel. Don't get into fights with kittens, chairs, or strollers. And Writer on Wheels says, my blog is authorrachelclintz.com. I post writerly blogs every Friday at noon Eastern. And Megan has the link to the AuthorTube Chronic Illness and Disability Tag playlist as well. Yay! And Mallory says, oh yay, my newest book just got here, so I guess I can promote that. Yes, you can. If romance is your jam, it is. You can check out my new release, Under Your Scars, available on Amazon as ebook or paperback. Awesome. And is it under the name Mallory Anderson as well? Just making sure of that. And Heather says, I will be streaming this Thursday at noon. I may have guests, possibly Charlie. Here is a view to link. Here's a view link. Yes. Words. Elizabeth says, there will be a live stream on my channel at Thursday, 6 p.m. GMT +1, which is also noon Eastern. You just have to schedule it. Yes. And Mallory also got the ink for your printer, so hooray! Success all around. Yes, that is the plan. CB says, hello, I'm going to have dinner just now, and then you'll be writing. Check out my archive of our own account under the username PepperoniFan1982. And there is Charlie with the Pride and Prejudice AuthorTube Anthology playlist link as well. The stories are so good. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Charlie says, I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern. Yes, Charlie finally made affiliate with Twitch, and so all of the streams are going to be over on the CE Dorsett Twitch rather than the YouTube channel because they need to be exclusive to Twitch for a while. So Heather says, cool. Also, you'll be starting the World Building Summer Camp stream this Thursday. You almost forgot to say that. Very nice. Devin, the link tree for all of Devin's socials and the playlist that we all rely on. And CB says, I was trying to get ice cubes out of the tray earlier and I kept dropping them on the floor and in the sink. Needless to say, you ended up dropping an S-Bob and then saying language to yourself. Very nice. And yes, the quotes on HK Darkwood's timers are great. And they are very, very good. But because you want to put it in your journal, that means you have to run back upstairs and get your highlighters. I've been there before. Miriam says, this was not productive for you. Your sisters kept calling. You're going to mute this and keep sprinting during this break to make up for it. Good for you. Heather says, also, I've been in communication with the guest liaison regarding being a panelist at the Necronomicon Tampa. So at this time, you are going to be on 4 panels. Ooh, exciting. It's going to be a hybrid con this year, and there is the link to that. Thank you, Heather. Mallory, 300 words, 350 words, and packages. Nice. Lizzie made new notes on overall fixes and realized that you don't want Cami and Caleb to have their own books with Oliver and Sienna, which means Oliver and Sienna will get to be with new characters. Fair enough. Callie says Act 1 is outlined now. Yay! Now to outline Act 2, which you have no clue what's going on. That's why you don't start prepping for camp 2 days before, unless you're a total pantser, and then you start day of or day before. Like, just start with a question. What would happen if ... Elizabeth says, pistachio ice cream with peanuts and chocolate buttons. Yes, you are definitely on summer break. Sounds good. Charlie says, thanks to the part of the chapter of character introductions, I think I figured out how to fix a chapter in your work in progress. Yay! And you started working on that. That's awesome. Hooray for figuring things out. Megan says, I was not very productive. I'm a bit stuck in my outline, but I finished removing unnecessary programs from your desktop computer. Yay. That does have to be done every now and again. Alley Cat got 305 words. Excellent. And also very impressive for typing on your phone, because my thumbs are not that agile. Maggie says 132 words. Excellent. Lizzie says, now I need to brainstorm a love interest for Sienna in book 2 and a love interest for Oliver in book 3. Alley Cat says, I'll just promote my Instagram since I don't have anything on my channel anymore other than comments or going to live streams. So your profile is Halo2Girl on Instagram. You post whenever you feel like, which is good. Hey Eve says, I am on time, sort of. Welcome, Hey Eve. Mallory says, yes, everything is listed under this name. Okay, awesome. So Mallory Anderson has an Amazon author page under Mallory Anderson. Lizzie says, my parents are becoming very supportive of your writing, so I might be able to convince them to let you have social media by next year. Good. Alley Cat says, recently it's been books you've read and random stuff such as games, your dog, and sometimes photo edits and such. Gotcha. Heather wrote/edited 121 words. Very nice. Also, you are a freelance copy editor and proofreader and can be reached at heatherdeweypatet@gmail.com. Some side characters won't work out as main characters. That is true. Courtney says, well, you didn't have to call me out like that. You're definitely outlining the week before. That's okay. It's perfectly all right. I started I started Nano with a question the day before the Nano started with Project Gray, my YA fantasy. Like it literally started with the question, what if this happened? And it just expanded from there. So I literally started the day before. Lizzie says, if all did, every character I write would have a book. Courtney, but in my defense, this is a project I've been working on since November, so I'm only re-outlining, not coming up with an entirely new story. That is much better. Writer on Wheels is on scene 9 of your outline of about 35 scenes, rolling right along. Excellent. Yay for all the progress. Okay, now we need another sprint. We need another split. All right, share. Do you believe in? Sorry. Every time I say share and then just silence, that's all I want to do is just sing that one song, even though I can't really sing. All right. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to hydrate. Go ahead and take a sip. Make sure you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders, and we can now get started with a 25-minute sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right. How was that? I hope that was a good sprint for you. Roll this down to about the time that I think we will have. Okay. I managed to get some more edited, and I popped in the chat at one point. I'm glad some of this reads well, and I don't feel the need to edit too much because there are some sections in here that I feel like are pretty darn good. And so you may have seen me smiling occasionally, and that's because I'm like, yes, I'm entertained by the story. And obviously, when you slip into that I'm entertained mode, then there's not a whole lot of like glaring errors or problems. So good. So let's see. After I said share and then started hinting at the song, Elizabeth started typing the lyrics. And I was just like, it's such an iconic song. Elizabeth says, I didn't even know I knew the words, but then they just came spurting out. Yes, and that's how some of those songs go. So, and Melissa was on a roll. You are deep into a work project and not taking too many breaks, but the sprints are helping concentrate. So that is excellent. Lizzie managed to get all of the highlighters from upstairs, but sad thing is it'll take forever to get all the stuff back upstairs again. Yeah. And that is true. Miriam said, this sprint is so much better already. Yay! It was amazing. I feel like I'm in a daze. That is a good sign. That is, I'm so, so pleased that you've been having so much progress and luck with your sprints. And that's amazing. Excuse me. Elizabeth started on the July spread in your bullet journal, and my, how the time flies. Yes, it does. Don't forget to hydrate, y'all. All right. Lizzie says, you made an anything can happen page in the writer's journal and went over the old plan you had when you first got the idea for Pen Pal Romance, but decided 4 extra books would not work. You can always change the old plan, though. That's the thing. Plans can change. CB says 358 words. Maggie got 277. Mallory got about 200-ish words and then somehow got started cleaning your desk, which it desperately needed. Want to come to mine? Alley Cat says 246. You've also been texting a couple of your friends of Mom and got stuck at times too during the sprint. But still, 246 words is not to be sneezed at. Lizzie says, I love it. You would bounce. I love it. Would old ideas bounce around again in better form? You knew there was no way this could be a standalone with no crossovers. Yeah. Sometimes by the time, that's just what happens, is by the time that you have built the world enough that you can see other characters in it, then it's a good thing. CB is working on a one-shot about puberty. We need more of those because sometimes there aren't enough. Writer on Wheels says, I finished outlining chapter 9. Hooray! And you're halfway through chapter 10. New to this outline, so it's taking a bit longer. Excellent. Lizzie says, this time last year, I was still writing my first book, slowly but surely. And look how much progress you have made in a year. You have done amazing things in a year. Heather says, I did a bit more editing, iced my back, and got a snack. It rhymes. I have to get ready for leaving soon, so you will see us later. Excellent. Lizzie says, I've decided on the idea I said earlier with Caleb and Kimmy not getting their own books and staying side characters. Gotcha. CB says, or rather, how do you learn about puberty in a Catholic family? Oh, yeah. Yeah. There are some times. Alrighty, we have 10 minutes before the top of the hour, so we're gonna do a cool down sprint. We have just enough time. So don't forget to save. Don't forget to finish off whatever you're supposed to be hydrating with, and make sure that you do a posture check and don't hunch like I was just doing. So 10-minute cooldown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, that was our 4th sprint. How'd you do? I got a bit more edited and found a couple more good spots that didn't require a whole lot of editing. So progress, that feels nice. Always feels good when you read something and you're like, yay, I don't have to edit it. It's fine. So yeah, so that's good. So Maggie had to go because the old laptop is starting to overheat. So don't forget to save and have fun. Yeah, we're still talking about puberty and when the knowledge gets passed down and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the boy, well, I remember having, I guess in 3rd grade, so elementary school, or was it 3rd grade? It might have been 5th, somewhere in there, like middle to end of elementary school. We had like a separate class from the boys to explain girls' puberty. And I think after that, most health classes, like in general, were co-ed. Trying to think, there were a couple that were split by gender in high school. I don't really remember much of middle school PE or junior high PE and health, because PE was always paired with health. You had PE one semester, health the other semester. So you learned about it from the school nurse. I think we learned about it from our teacher. So either the PE teacher or like homeroom teacher at the time. Oh no, Google Chromecast is acting the fool. Oh no. Megan said, the Jamaican shrimp your boyfriend made is quite spicy. I can feel the heat coming out of your ears. Oh no! And Miriam says, done and done. Almost out of the red zone. Hopefully tomorrow and the day after, I'll be able to wrap up outlining Act 3. I am super, super pleased that y'all are making so much progress with your outlines and stories and everything else. I'm just pleased as punch. Which I never, like, now that I say that phrasing, I wonder if it's punch from Punch and Judy shows, or if it's punch as in, like, you drink spiked punch and you're happy. I wonder which that phrase is a reference to. Just said, hello, you're writing something by hand for your D&D campaign, so I don't know how much you wrote, but it wasn't much since you were also texting on Discord. But hey, hooray for multitasking and writing anything. So Mallory says, finish cleaning and reorganizing the desk, knowing it's only going to be like this way for 10 minutes. Yeah, desks do sometimes act like that. Lizzie did a summary of book 1 and book 2. Nice. Miriam says, good thing I already have my epilogue. I just have to figure out a climax and a grand gesture. Nice. Alley Cat got 97 words and lunch. Megan says, we had a big assembly just for our grade, and it was split up into 2 sections, boys and girls, and we all learned about puberty. You're welcome for the stream. You were able to get through half of your outline. Hooray! Yeah, this was very productive for lots of y'all, and for me. So I'm super pleased. I'm super pleased. It's so good. I'm so glad that we all are making progress, because there are times when it feels like you're not, and it's just like climbing through mud to get anything done. But we're just rolling right along. Charlie says, I need to read Megan's outline. I need it. Elizabeth says, great job, everybody. Can't wait for camp. Yes. And we have 2 more days after this. Just Tuesday, Wednesday. Lizzie says, well, I didn't take many notes, but a lot of thinking was involved, so that counts. Yes, it does. You now know how book 2 is going to go. Yay! Megan is laughing. No rush. Diana got lots of editing done. Hooray! Yay! Hopefully yes, Elizabeth, hopefully the back is better till Wednesday and you'll see us then. Excellent. Lizzie says, in 4th grade, the girls went to one class, boys went to the other for a few minutes, and they didn't even talk about, oh, really? They didn't talk about, well, this could be either the male's pee or the period, menstruation. But that's frustrating that they wouldn't talk about that, and it's so impactful in both cases. Charlie says, I need a distraction from the trash fire of my life and brain. It might be the one. Yeah, in general, parents or guardians wind up telling kids things because bodies aren't necessarily going to wait until the class to do their thing. So, you know. Alrighty, y'all. I think that's going to be it for me. So thank you for sticking around and getting so much done. And this is amazing. I've gotten so much done, and I'm so glad that a lot of you have as well. And so I will be back Wednesday and Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. And then Sunday, hopefully, if everything goes right, I will be here on Sunday 2 to 5. So, but I will make sure to let y'all know if that changes. All right. So thank you, and I will see y'all later. Bye. Also, don't forget to save, and don't forget to check out Devin's playlist for more streams. Let me copy and paste that real quick. All right, y'all. Thank you very much, and I will see y'all later. Bye.